how we are going to do an effective time management. That's the most important part. And as I mentioned that we have a daily quota of it. If we are not doing anything about it, these 24 hours are going to pass by. So what is the power in our hand? We cannot control the movement and the time. We cannot control it. But the most important thing what we can control is what we can during those hours. And these are the game changer. These are the things which we are going to learn today. Now, what is the thing what I have said, that whenever you have to do these tasks, one of the important things which you have to always look into that, which is very important to understand, that first of all, we are having so much to do in this number of hours. So for example, there are a lot many of things which I have to do in my personal life. There are a lot many of the things which I have to do in my professional life. So the question is what I have to do. And many number of time it happened that I forgot some of the most critical things in my life, and I was thinking that where that time goes. So the starting point, my dear friends, what is the best thing what I have found, the super achievers, what they do, they have the radar, they have on their canvas. First of all, they identify what are the total spectrum of the tasks which are in front of them. So how they do that, what I've observed, that they have a task journal. And this task journal, which you can prepare for yourself as well. And this task journal can be, one task journal can be your professional, related to your profession. And the other task journal you can make for your personal task as well. So one is your professional and other is your personal as well. So in this way, first of all, what you can do if you are having that journal, so what you can do starting from today, this journal can be a hard copy, or you can put it into your planner or into your computer. So you can just simply write it down, what are the tasks as it appear, and you just keep on logging into it. You just keep on logging into it. So for example, irrespective, early in the morning, if you come into the office and you get to know that there is some of the important projects which has been waiting, your immediate response, just put it over there. You can also have some of the tasks which have been planning over the last 1 week or a month, so you just put it over there. First of all, just put all the tasks, all the activities without any categorization, just put it into your journal. Very important stuff, my dear friends. First of all, let's put it down. What exactly we have to address to that, and then we have to see what exactly we can do about that. So the question is that once you list down all the things, and all right, just to differentiate that these are the sort of things which are related to my professional life, so I have to put it some of the stuff over here, and might be the other journal I can put for some of the things for my personal life. Now the thing is, once you are having that, what you have to do, what exactly is required? So the thing which is required, if you are having on your journal, there are 20, 30, 40 tasks. The question is, does all the task is of the same importance? Answer is no. How come all the tasks can be of the same importance? Does all the task is of the same urgency? Absolutely not. Does all the tasks have the same level of criticality? Does all the tasks have the same level of impact? Answer is absolutely not. You cannot say that all the tasks is of the same nature. Then what you have to do, then you need to have another template. Once you have list down, and I'm going to emphasize you, list it down more precisely. What are the tasks which you have to complete? What are the tasks which have been given to you? What are the tasks which is a part of your ambition, vision, whatsoever you have aimed for your life? So just list it down, all the tasks. Now, once you are having the task, the next thing which you have to do, look into that, and then you can put it over there that from these tasks, your task goes into only these 4 quadrants. These 4 quadrants. Now, if I start from there, if I start from here, for example, so I would say, what is the first quadrant you are going to have that? Your first quadrant is that there are some of the tasks which are important, but they are not urgent right now. Some of the tasks which are very important, but they are not urgent right now. And I can say this is your quadrant number 1. Now, can you give me any example of that? Just think about it. What are the tasks which are important, but they are not urgent? So what are the things? Just reflect upon that. So for example, when I say that these are some of the tasks, whenever if I'm being habitual, or if I'm being thinking about my health, and if I'm being just going for a jogging or walking every day, these are very important, But of course, it's not very urgent for myself because everything is now, alhamdulillah, things going on very well. I don't have any sort of urgency, but in the long run, it has been very important. Now, what are the other things which I can think about strategically, which are very important but not urgent? So, for example, if you are being enroll yourself in some of the program which actually enhance your professional capacity, your capability, your managerial skills. So you have enrolled into yourself, or you are learning a new language, or you are developing something within yourself. This is a strategic thing which you have been doing, which is important, but it is not urgent for you right now. So you can put all of these tasks, and these are the one you can list it down, which is very important. Whether you are completing your program, you're taking care of your health, you are being investing on your kids and things like that. This is your quadrant number 1. So out of that list, you can put some of the tasks which are being over here. Now the second quadrant is what are the tasks which are important and which are urgent as well. Which are important and which are urgent as well. Now, the question is, if some of the things which was important and not urgent, and I have not taken care of, I have not finished my task during that time. It was very important to complete my project, and I was having a 2 months timeline for that, and I just waited for till the end, and suddenly I realized I just been left with 1 week to complete it. So what happened? The similar task which was urgent and not important, it suddenly will become important and urgent. Now it will suddenly become important and urgent. For example, if I have to be required to take care of my health and I have to go around for my walk or for exercise when everything was going fantastic, but if I do not take care of that, if I do not care about myself, and I realize that something has been happening, my cholesterol level has been increased, or some of the blood pressure has been increased and something like that. And I went to the doctor, and now the doctor say, if you want to ensure your health, if you want to ensure your safety, you must have to walk on daily basis. So if I'm still started doing a walk, so what I've been doing, some of the things which was important and not urgent, now it has become important and urgent for myself. I hope it sounds sense to you what we have been talking right now. So whatsoever you have been putting a lot of things over there, what is going to be happen? The more management you can do the task in this quadrant, the lesser the firefighting you can do in this quadrant. What this quadrant is all about? This quadrant is actually a firefighting. This is a firefighting. So something has suddenly came on my table, it has to be finished urgently, and it is very important. So we have been just running after it, and suddenly that urgency has been created. But if I'm a good strategic planner, if I plan something in advance, if I've already took my time to complete it, of course there will be a lesser amount of task over here for me in important and urgent quadrant, because many of the things I've already taken care of over here while I've been planning for it. All right. Now coming to the third quadrant. Third quadrant is which is urgent, but it is not important. So what are some of the tasks you can think about that in quadrant 3? Some of the tasks which are urgent, but it is not important. So for example, if I look into my paying the bill of my mobile phone, so I just got the deadline and I know that it is very urgent, but it is not very important in a sense. All right, what hell, if 1 day or 2 days it will be crossover, that's not a big deal. I can just do it later as well. That is one of the example. Or some of the tasks which are of repetitive nature. Some of the things which someone else can do easily on my behalf. It does not require my presence over there. It does not require my occupancy all the time for there. So in that instance, you identify what are the tasks which are urgent, but they are not important. So you identify that. So this is quadrant number 3. And quadrant number 4, that there are certain category of tasks which are not important, neither they are urgent. There are some tasks which are not important and neither they are urgent. For example, I thought about, all right, I have to, let's say, today there is some interesting TV program I have to watch. All right, fantastic. How much number of hours you have to spend? Oh, it is just the 30 minutes hours of that program. Fantastic, just go and enjoy yourself. But what about instead of 30 minutes, I spent 3 hours in front of TV? What do you think about that? Is it that these are some of the things which are not urgent, neither it is important. Are super achievers in life, super happy people, the people who are the big investors, the people who are the big businessmen, the people who are the fantastic professional, you know which quadrant they have been spending the time? 80% of the time they are spending over here, 20% they are spending over here. Or if I say, let's say, because there are some of the things they cannot actually avoid, so might be it is too theoretical over here. So even then if I reduce, I just say, all right, they might be spending 60% of the time over here, they might be spending 20% of the time over here, and they are just spending 10% of the time and 10% of the time, or even they are spending not at all over here. It's a choice. So my point of view, if I've not achieved some of my dreams up till now, if I've not been able to achieve some of my burning desires up till now, if I've not been able to achieve what I would like to see for myself in future, I was thinking about a lot of ambitious projects for myself, I have to look into that, which quadrant I'm spending my gold coins. And remember, we have a limited quota of 24 gold coins, that's it, 24 hours in a day. So I have to see, all right, some of the things which is important, some of the thing which is very critical where I am spending my time over here. So in that instance, my dear friend, if we delete that quadrant altogether, if we identify that what are the things which are not important and not urgent, I can save some of my quota of the time. Then when I look into the quadrant 3, so what I can do, and being as a professional, I think last time I've talked about that each one of us, we have, as a professional, we have certain cost to us. So for example, if somebody has been getting, let's say, 20,000 of his salary or 40,000 or 50,000, divide with the number of hours which has been required per month we have to work. So we can get our per hourly rate. So my question is, if I'm having, let's say, 200 or 500 dirham of an hour per hour rate of myself to work upon. So I have to look into that, what type of activities, what type of things I can do which can give me the maximum return for myself, which can give me the maximum impact. Now you can well imagine, I'm super excited and super happy whenever I'm being asked to conduct a session for my colleagues like yourself. Why? Because I understand this is not urgent. This activity is not urgent, but this is highly important, because once you are communicating something of value and it is reaching to hundreds of the people around, and some of the people, they are been shifting some of their focus and some of the activities, actually this is the most productive use of my time. So you can see that I love to spend time over here. This is the most productive thing for myself. Now, what somebody has to do in quadrant 3. So for example, there are some of the things which are not important but urgent. So in that instance, if I have a power, if I have some of the things which I can delegate to someone, these are the things which does not require my physical presence, and if I have, and these are just repetitive nature of things, if I can delegate over here, I can save a lot of my time. I can assign some of the person who can take care of that, who can take care of my bills, or I can just put it some of the thing into the auto pay into my phone, that whenever some sort of bills came and there are instructions are there from the bank and it just goes straight away without my notice. Even this is fantastic over here, because I can delegate over here. I can delete completely these type of tasks over here. And then the most of the time when I spend in planning and executing this task in this quadrant, the lesser time of firefighting I can do over there.